Interest in tickets for Super Bowl 43 is 3 times greater in Pennsylvania than in Arizona. That's not a surprise, as the Steelers have a rich history and the Cardinals just have a long history. But what is surprising is what will happen Sunday at Harolds Corral in suburban Phoenix. Despite being in the heart of Cardinals country, Harolds will be packed with the yellow and black faithful as they root against the hometown Cardinals in Super Bowl 43. And right now, the owner of Harolds Corral and Pittsburgh native Danny Piacquadio joins us on ESPN First Take to help explain this. All right, Danny, first of all, how does a bar in the middle of the desert out there in Phoenix become Steeler country? What happened there?
I came out to Arizona to go to Arizona State University. My dad bought the place in '87, and I was tired of watching games on TV in a corner with no sound. So when I graduated from ASU, I went to Harolds to work with my dad, and we incorporated a Steeler fan club then. And we started out with 20 guys back in 91, 92, and after 95, when the Steelers won the Super Bowl out in Arizona, we had a fan club that just built and grew over the years, and now we have 700 fans that come out every week to Harolds, and we're expecting 4,000 fans. In 2006, we had over 3,500.
Wait a minute, Danny, 4,000 fans for the game?
It's hard to believe, Jay, but it's true. We have reservations right now on the books for 3,200 Steeler fans and about 200 Cardinal fans. So.
Where do you, wow, I give the 200 Cardinal fans credit for wanting to show up there. Where do you put how big a bar is this?
Well, we have about 12,000 square feet. You got to remember, we're in the middle of Cave Creek, Arizona, Harolds Corral. It's a western town. We got cowboy boots hanging up, and we're bringing 4,000 Steeler fans to a Super Bowl party. It's going to be better than any other, maybe in Tampa Bay, but we're gonna bring Steeler victory to Harolds in Arizona.
Where are all these Steelers fans coming from?
It's funny. We get them from everywhere. I had a person call me from LA. They said, "Hey, we're flying out. Can you give me a seat? Can you give me a table?" I said, "I'll keep on building the tent, make them bigger. I'll take as many people we can." We get them from Lake Havasu. They drive from 2 hours away. I got people flying from Pittsburgh, Chicago. It's just great. You have to be there to experience it.
I imagine a lot of the people will be transplants. Folks that have moved to Arizona from the Midwest. I know there are many of them there. How will you make it feel like Pittsburgh in the bar?
Being from Pittsburgh and being a passionate Steeler fan, it's easy for me. We do the Pittsburgh delicacies. Pittsburgh is a native community. We do like pierogies, kielbasa, and we do what's called a Permane Brothers sandwich, but we call it the Strip District because we don't want any copyright infringements. And then we drink Iron City beer and some Bud Light, and we have a great time with it.
Could there be a better matchup for you in Phoenix than Pittsburgh and Arizona?
Absolutely not. Living in Arizona, being an Arizona native, not native, but being here for 20 years now, I'm so happy the Cardinals, and we rooted for them to get there, and it's a perfect matchup for our bar and our community and the Steelers. We're very excited. We're going to have a great time at Harolds, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Perfect matchup. Danny,
you may be the perfect person to ask for the difference between your typical Pittsburgh Steelers fan and your typical Arizona Cardinals fan. What is the biggest difference?
Well, it comes down to history. When I was growing up in Pittsburgh and we were winning the Super Bowls in the 70s, you got to remember as a kid, we had a half day at school the day before the Super Bowl weekend, and all we did was decorate posters. Then after the Super Bowl, we had the day off. So as kids, it was ingrained into us that Super Bowl is a wonderful thing. Now the Cardinals are building upon that tradition. They're having some success, but they brought guys from Pittsburgh. They brought Russ Grimm and Ken Wisenhunt, who's done a great job. Kevin Spencer, special teams coach, and they're building a tradition. So it's exciting to see the community get around the Cardinals, but they got some years to catch up to what the Steelers fans have. So.
I'm wondering, Danny, have you had yet, as a guest to your fine establishment, some of the Pittsburgh connection? Has Wisenhunt been in there?
No.
What about Russ Grimm?
Yeah, Russ Grimm has been in. He came in, it was funny, he came in the year he took the job out here. He came in for the Super Bowl against the Colts and Bears. He comes up to the door to ask for the owner, so I come up to him, and he's flashing his Pittsburgh Steelers Super Bowl ring. He goes, "You know who I am?" I go, "I know who you are, Coach Grimm. Let me buy you a beer." Great guy. And Ken Wisenhunt is, we did a charity auction for a Steeler fan that was terminally ill, and he heard about it in the local paper, and he dropped off some of his Steeler memorabilia just to support the auction. So great people, great staff, they're building success. Hey, I do want to give props up to Merle Hodge. Hodgie, here's the factor back right here in the Super Bowl when you break it down, buddy. He's been to our bar. Merle Hodge has been up to Harolds. So.
Well, like all good Steelers fans in Arizona should. Danny, a quick prediction from the game from you on the game for Sunday. What do you think happens?
I think it's going to be a great game. I really do. I think Big Ben doesn't turn the ball over, gets some protection, and Steelers are able to rattle Kurt Warner a little bit. Fitzgerald's going to do some damage. There's no doubt about it. But I think a 27-21 Steeler victory.
Well, I imagine that's the only way you can see it turning out right now, and maybe you guys will get that 6th ring. Danny, thanks so much to you. Take a video camera, make a little diary. Maybe next week, if the Steelers win, you can share some of the moments with us on the program. Good luck to you and the Steelers on Sunday. Have a blast.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I want to say hi to all my family in Pittsburgh. Go Steelers. Come up to Harolds Corral. We're going to have a hell of a party. 4,000 fans.